Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking the S word? Look, my last 5 lives have been monetized because I have not sworn in the first minute or so. So we're going to keep that going just to keep the money coming. We have a jam-packed show today. So today we're going to talk about probably one of the dumbest comparisons I've ever seen in history. Facebook and Instagram, I think, are shitty. There goes that. In their own way. They basically, on Instagram, you're going to get stuck talking to a broke Mexican. On Facebook, you're going to start arguing with boomers and potentially Zoomers that don't know a damn thing. Millennials and Gen Xers are kind of with the program on Facebook, so they don't comment all that much. So we're going to talk today about a terrible comparison that somebody made with the Cobra Jet Mustang from 2012 and the latest Dodge iteration of the Demon 170, saying that Ford came up with a better car with the Cobra Jet back in 2012, and it is not even close. We'll also talk about the Dodge CEO saying that if you paid over MSRP for the Dodge 170, your car might not get built. They're only going to build 3,000 of them, and they already have 62 sold at MSRP. So if you're a dealership that are planning on making big boy money as a lottery ticket with a Dodge 170, Dodge and the CEO might say your stuff might not get built. So we'll talk about that. We got a lot of stuff to give away. Today's a giveaway heavy day. I did my legwork this morning. I contacted 3 or 4 people. They were all willing to give something away. So it's going to be a jam-packed day of stuff, coffee, cookies, the whole 9 yards. So we'll do it live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
And as always, we want to thank the sponsors and the people that make it all possible. Without them, I don't know. I mean, I don't get free parts. DNA High Performance, DNAHighPerformance.com. They're giving away a hat. This hat right here. Okay, we're going to be giving away 1 hat from DNA High Performance. We're also still giving the 10% or 100 off of 1,000 is still active. Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com. They're doing a giveaway. Not headers, though, because that's a big boy item. We'll show you what they're giving away. Thank you, Ultimate Headers. Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. I'm not giving anything away because it's expensive. 2 Auto Solution. I'm going to get 2 Auto Solution hooked up with ESS. And they're going to start having ESS kits on Puerto Rican GT350s ASAP. PMS is also doing a small giveaway. Thank you, PMS, for doing the giveaway. ThePartsFarm.com. Thank you very much for the radiator. And Oh My God Cookies, Oh My God Cookies _LLC. They're giving away coffee and cookies today, as they do every single Tuesday, as part of a way of, thanking you guys for the support. Because without this specific audience, in my opinion, Oh My God Cookies, will probably they'll make money, but not as much as the fat sons of bitches that are on here. Let's say hi to the people here. We'll let you know what the giveaways are. We'll read some article stuff. We'll talk some crap. What do you call it? Houston, Royal Purple Raceway, or whatever they call it, is literally getting torn down right now, and I'm happy about it. No, I'm not happy that you're losing a track. I'm happy that if I can't have a track, you can't have a track. So HMP 8th Mile it is for the people in Houston. Tush Jada Coyote Fury 2000 MCR, Clip Clop the Horse, Gapped Toto, and a Black Betty Anthony Tango, Garage Bill Coyote, HTFU Grad, 508 Josh, Valley 10 Speed made us. Valley 10 Speed car makes too much power, period. It just makes too much power. An ESS G4. Guys, it's making turbo power. It's dumb. Mini Bike SK Jeff, Bryson Witt, Paul Ponthieu, TJ Sikorsky, Second Shift Racing, Big Hassan, Anthony Jamie, Garage Bill Coyote again, Overkill ZZ, Whipple, Cripple, DJ Lazy Legs in the house. Are you really crippled? Like, do you not have the use of your legs? Overkill Cito, Angel Puerto Rico, shipped from Shinola. Garage Built, Angelo Montero, Corsa Gaze, Overkills again. Johnny Boy Bondo Bird, Smudgy Skills, Bondo Bird again, Monty 540, Anthony, Walter Hoffman, Yanaz, John, Black Cat, Evil Horse, Bring Your Wood Screw, Santos, Tony Dominguez, Jacob De Leon, Insane, Mustang, out here working 60 hours, pay for my new membership. Thank you very much for being a 26-month member. Badass. Gallo Bravo, Chicken Farm, LSX. So this is where the cool guys hang out? Not really. I think this is the guy that owns Gray Matter, if I'm not mistaken. Edwin Martinez, seen it. Exactly. The Mexicans think they got something on me. Guy has been arguing with me he's been arguing with himself. He thinks I've been arguing with him for 4 years. I don't know who the hell he is. He's still NA after 4 years. Edwin Martinez has had like 3 turbo combinations in the last 3 years. So, someone's got to get their money up. TRD Ricky, Low and Slow, Chris Anderson, D-Rock Fox, The Baby has latched. Where is The Baby has latched? I got Mo Streeter on the soundboard.
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm Mo Streeter.
Exactly. You tell him. You're Mo Streeter.
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm Mo Streeter.
That's what they're going to be saying in Houston because now there's no tractor racing. Working, no catcher, replay later. Keep the good work, Alex. Demo 170's Mo Streeter. TJ Sikorsky, Blake, Wayne, Ignacio. That's what that button does. Dion Carter, Ian Martha. Thank you very much, Ian Martha. He actually grew up and got himself a little Genesis. Got rid of the Z06. Smart man. Nick, Jesus, Bilovesh, Dontario, Joaquim, Joe Swish, and TRD Ricky. Okay, let's tell you about the giveaways. Number 1 giveaway today, what we're going to give away is these little bell mouth things from PMS. Right here, you see this little outside part that goes around. It's a 4-inch inlet, and it is basically like a turbo guard, okay? So today I'm going to be giving away like a turbo guard situation. If you have a twin turbo setup, we'll get you 4-inch inlets with a clamp back there, a filter, and some screens. This is made at PMS. PMS offer these. So right here, we're going to be giving that away. And again, if you go to PMS, you type in YDBT at checkout, hashtag YDBT, and you get 10% off any order. So today's first giveaway is going to be this right here, basically a 4-inch, I don't want to, what do you call it, bell mouth inlet or a protector for either a Pro Charger or a Paxton, but as long as it has a 4-inch coupler, it's got a nice little clamp, and they're actually split at the end, so it clamps on nicely. So PMS is giving this away today, and I appreciate them doing that. Let me see what the other giveaway is going to be. Ultimate Header is giving this away. Now, this is basically a clamp. For lack of a better word, clamp. Let me, before I don't want to show stuff that I shouldn't be showing. Let me see if I can, here and then hit, okay. So if you guys ever remember the Fairmont had these. This is basically where your O2 goes. So where it couples to an H pipe or X pipe is basically a little swivel joint here, so that even if it's slightly misaligned, you can get it to mate up via the clamp. The Fairmont had these on their setup, and that's how it goes. Basically, one end goes at the end of your collector, and the other end goes at the H pipe or X pipe, and the center part is the clamp that even if there's a very slight misalignment, the clamp takes care of it, and you should be good to go. So they're giving that away. A really nice piece. I remember I had it in the Fairmont, and disconnecting and connecting them was super easy. No more of that ball and socket or part that gets stuck inside of another one, like on American racing headers, where it's like a slip joint. And I'm telling you, to take them apart is a nightmare. So that is going to be the second giveaway. First giveaway, bell mouth screens, 4-inch inlet. Second giveaway, we're going to do ultimate header clamps. So one end of the collector, and you could do, I think, 2.5-inch or 3-inch. So I would urge you to get the 3-inch and make it up as you go along. So if you have a project that's going to need a mating solution from the collector to the X pipe or H pipe, that's going to be in your wheelhouse. Also, a giveaway today is this hat. That's right, we're giving away one hat from Lund Racing. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to buy it and drop ship it from Lund Racing. So I'm not going to stock them. I'm going to say, hey guys, I'm going to order it and bring it to your address. So this hat is being given away. So when we announce the winner, we're a small, medium, or a large, extra large. The ones I have, I think, are large, extra large, and that's the best fitting one for someone that has a normal size dome. Do you know what I'm saying? Small, medium is a little tight, so I don't really encourage that. So we're doing that. We're doing clamps, LR hat. We're also giving away this hat, DNA hat. We're going to give a ton of stuff away at the last half hour. Cookies and coffee, as always, and the bell mouth stuff from PMS. So we're going to basically do it one by one, random, whether you're paid or not, because I don't want to get blamed or accused of saying that it's a paid giveaway if it's a members only. Theoretically, I should be giving it away to the members only, but I think you guys understand that you're doing that out of the kindness of your heart, not necessarily to do giveaways. Big ticket items, if I get headers, wheels, superchargers, that's going to be to the members only. So I'm sorry if you guys are going to miss out on that. So if you want to eventually get in on the big boy giveaways, which is a legit giveaway, being a member is probably your best bet because the big stuff gets given away to the people. So let's get to it. Some guy on Facebook, some stupid ass motherfucker, Ford fans on Facebook posted yesterday, banned from street use, the limit factory production model is faster than the new Dodge Demon 170. If you're going to race it at the track, then it doesn't matter if you drove it off the street or had it towed. Actually, it does, stupid. Especially if you're too quick for a street legal class. The link is below. What they're saying is this, that in 2012, the Ford Mustang Cobra Jet was quicker than the Dodge 170. One glaring omission: it doesn't have a VIN number. The Cobra Jet never came with a VIN number. You literally cannot register it. It is a track-only vehicle. The Dodge 170 has air conditioning, has power steering, has all the amenities. I can drive it from here, California, and back on ethanol, on E85, whatever. It just picks it up. It recognizes the ethanol. And guys, you wanna see the dumbest arguments in history? It's ridiculous. Alan Semanek, love it. Dodge boys comparing their Demon 170, 10 years new in technology. A lot has happened in the last 10 years. I'd be curious to see what Ford would come up with now if they put their mind to it. And it has 103 replies. If you want to have good shitter reading material, this is it. This is just so ridiculous. So many guys have actual street legal cars tucked away in the garage that smokes both of these. It's not really that impressive with a multi-billion-dollar company builds these. Actually, it is Mac McGuire. If a legal to drive on the street car runs 8s, that makes it infinitely more impressive than something that doesn't have air conditioning, comfort, amenities. This thing is literally a rattle can piece of junk, but people go in on this ridiculousness and they lose themselves. Then they start saying, what about the Ford GT? How is it for top speed? Oh my God. And look, guys, it's just a never ending, just mishmash of and then one guy actually makes a good comparison. Trevor Turple says, the Challenger drag pack does a W quarter, whatever that means, in 7.5, destroying this. The Challenger drag pack is a better buy than a Cobra Jet. Plain and simple. It's just a better drag race platform if you're playing that big boy game. And people are like, what? What do you dream on? Horse shit. The car would require 1,700 horsepower to run 7.5. No, it doesn't, stupid. So a lot of people go in here and just waste their time. But this is a very normal thing that happens on the internet. It's a very normal thing that happens on the internet where people compare apples to oranges. They'll say, Dodge 170, that's stupid. Why don't you just bring out the Cobra Jet? Number one, Ford doesn't make the Cobra Jet. Ford doesn't make the Cobra Jet. And Ford doesn't make the Ford GT. Ford doesn't make the Ford GT. I repeat, I think it's like Multimatic or something like that makes the Ford GT. And Ford just goes, let's just slap one of our Phoenix engines in it with bigger turbos and have Multimatic do the thing and see you later. There is nothing Ford about the Ford GT except the name that they slap on it and maybe the motor. But that's about it. Everything else, the suspension, the aero, everything, it's not Ford. But people don't care. They don't want to hear that stuff. They want to go, nope, Cobra Jet, best ever. Can't register it. Doesn't have a VIN number. Literally useless unless it's at a track. Whereas the Dodge Demon, 170 or older, I can drive to the track on race gas or go drive to the track, switch it on race gas, run a low 9 on the worst day or a mid to low 9 on its worst day, and come back, drive it home, still have a warranty, still have all the amenities, has a killer chiller, it's comfortable, and I can go to the slide shows and slide on the ops with Pookie.
I like to fuck him in the ass while he beat up the pussy.
But you can't do that with a Cobra Jet. You can't slide on the ops with a Cobra Jet. But anyway, forget all that. Today, I literally put up a picture of my Corvette. And people were like, oh my God, poverty Ford stars. I'm like, Ford stars are poverty? Like, it's like a $3,000 to $4,000 wheel setup. And then of course, broke boys go in there and saying, why don't you race me against your NA car? I'm like, I have a job. I don't have an NA car. I have a job. I have a ZR1, a 8-second GT500, and, a couple other cars. But like a lot of people do the crazy mental gymnastics of making apples to orange arguments just to try to get one over on you or whatever. And then when you look at what they got in their driveway, or they've been NA for 5 years, if you've been NA for 5 years, you have failed yourself. You've literally failed yourself. Or if you go out of your way and argue that a Cobra Jet is better than a Dodge 170 that can be registered and has a warranty, I literally can't talk to you. I have to walk away from you, plain and simple. So I'm just going to ignore half of the people that speak in that capacity. I just have nothing to add on that situation. Now, the Dodge CEO did come out with a quick little thing. There was an interview that was put out there. Jalopnik says CEO Tim Kuniskis explains how Dodge is handling dealer markups on Challenger Demon 170. The Dodge CEO tells Jalopnik that if you paid a dealer markup over MSRP on a Challenger Demon 170, your car might never get built. That's right. They're prioritizing the people that are buying it for MSRP. And there has to be a huge documentation that goes along with that application. Demon 170, blah, blah, blah. In case you missed it, blah, 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 blah. I quickly reached out. I reported my findings. Most of the dealers. Okay. So this guy reached out to the dealerships to see who actually had an allocation for a Dodge Demon 170. And he said most of them had a MSRP. They had a markup over the MSRP, and only one of them sold their Dodge at MSRP to a very loyal customer. And these are the allocations he came up with: location 2 available, gone, 6 gone, and then Lincoln, Demon 170. They obviously don't name the dealership, but US dealer. So he actually did his research where they're at and what they paid, if anything over. So 10,000 above, 20,000 above, 25,000 above. So what is Dodge doing about the 170 markups? To find answers, I went straight to the source. Dodge CEO Tim Kuniskis told me and confirmed the Demon 170 order has to be submitted with a notarized document signed by the dealer and the customer, indicating whether or not this was to be sold at or below or above MSRP. Our goal is to make 3,000 cars for the U.S. market, says Kuniskis. I don't know if we'll be able to accomplish that, but that's the goal. We'll build the MSRP cars first. And those that paid over MSRP may risk not getting a car. Kuniskis said that right now Dodge has 1,000 confirmed orders with all the necessary documentation, and 62% of those orders are at MSRP. Another 500 orders are in draft status, not yet finalized. Order banks for the Demon 170 opened on Monday, March 27, and the website crashed briefly due to the influx of orders. Dodge released about 2,500 allocations for the Demon 170 at the time, meaning that there are potentially up to 1,000 slots yet to be filled. Dealers have until May 14th to get their allocations finalized. So not only are you impressed by my fast reading skills, you cannot get a Dodge Demon potentially even if you got money and you're like, I don't care if it's 30,000 over, because it's a lottery ticket. It's plain and simply a lottery ticket. You buy a Dodge 170 at $120 to $140, $160,000 because it's the last one. It will be worth $200 to $275 right now, like immediately. You drive it off the lot to your house and put it in a bubble wrap. That sucker's just going to go up in money. Actually, it's going to go up in money regardless of what you do with it. Let's be honest. Unless you take it to a slideshow, it's going to be worth more money than what you paid for it. So it's an investment. So if you have money, if you have capital, if you're sitting on cash, which a lot of you should be based on this market, that is a safe place to put your money. Now, a lot of people made fun of me because I don't have a house and, blah, blah, blah. But I literally own $120,000 to $150,000 worth of car, depending on how you look at it. And I cashed out on my white 19 and I cashed out on my, my truck. So maybe you go, Alex, you're crazy not to get into a house. Meanwhile, you're in a $300,000 house at 7% or 2% at a $250,000 house in Kansas City. And you're probably upside down because nobody wants to live in Kansas City because people bought houses next to you at dirt cheap prices because they need to get out of that loan or they need to get out of that situation or they need to leave Kansas City because there ain't shit there. Now your house is underwater. And now you're going, damn, I think I'd rather be in Alex's position, who has 2 paid off vehicles that are worth over $60,000 to $70,000 each. And he's in a good spot to get himself into a house. But y'all made fun. Y'all sat there and thought you were financial wizards. Y'all thought you were the Kramers of the world, telling me what to do with my money. Unbelievable. Corazoncito, gotcha. Okay, my father-in-law has a 19 fully loaded. Okay. Well, anyway, Demon, even if you pay big money over MSRP, you might not get it built. Cobra Jet is not comparable to a Demon 170. You are really stupid. Houston Motorsports Park, HMP. No, that's the other one. That's the 8th mile. Houston Raceway, HRP, Royal Purple, whatever, literally is getting torn down as we speak. And a lot of people are crying about it. But meanwhile, you guys were making fun of the fact that Palm Beach stuff was closing. Look, people in Bradenton were making fun of the fact that the track in West Palm was going to close while it was being mismanaged on purpose to have the owner of the land potentially say, hey, we're just not making money here. We need some kind of deal to get out of this on purpose. And once you found out that they were actually mismanaging the track on purpose so that it could look bad on the paperwork, so that they can sell it off to the highest bidder for warehouse space, people are fighting that. So people in Bradenton, you were ha-ha-haing. I got the receipts. I got a folder full of receipts of people that were dying to buy the grandstands, people that were dying to have all that traffic come up to Bradenton. And now houses are going to be built right next to Bradenton. So I give you guys 3 years tops before you're going to come to the same fate as Palm Beach International Raceway and the Houston Raceway Park situation over that used to be the Royal Purple Raceway. So when time comes and I start posting ha-ha-ha's, don't get mad. Bring the same energy you brought when Palm Beach International was closing. Let's get to some of the comments. Whipple Cripple says, yep, I'm a paraplegic. Looking forward to a continuation of Lund tune for my RPG Whipple car this summer. 8s are bust. See? Proving the fact that a guy with no legs can go 8s. Thank you for proving that. By the way, you're not the guy that I made look under the car not knowing that you were crippled. There was a guy one time I was tuning, and I was like, you're going to have to get under the car and let me know if your O2s are connected. He's like, okay. And then I'm like, are you having trouble? And he's like, and then he took a selfie of him on the ground and the wheelchair. And I went, holy shit, he's paralyzed. And I'm here talking all this shit saying, get under the car, stop being lazy. But you know what? He did it. He got under the car. And he showed me a selfie. He's like, I got this, bro. He fixed the issue and we were done. That was probably one of the funniest things I ever experienced. People that make fun of you for not having a house live by the Popeyes and eat gator toes. Look, people think that because you have a house in the Puro Pinche 956, Houston, Baytown, Kansas, Oklahoma, North or South Carolina, you think you got one over on me? You think because your $350,000 to $400,000 house that you owe exactly that because you probably took money out to upgrade it or something, you think you're doing better than me financially? Okay, whatever you want. All you have to do is take a nice small little vacation to Palm Beach County, not Orlando, not Sarasota, not Bradenton, not Pensacola, not Destin, not Miami. Palm Beach County. Why do you think Papi Trump lives here? Stop it. Just a bunch of pocket watchers, exactly. Just get a dark horse. I love how broke people are the ones that speak the most about how to manage your money. Even cripples be putting in that work, and there is no hope for Turvey. I guarantee that Whipple Cripple is a better tech, better driver, and smarter by far than Turvey. Whipple Cripple is going to have an 8-second GT, while Turvey is going to have a car with 456s, 18 by 12 square, 200 horsepower if he's lucky. Might have been messed up, but he got it done. He did get it done. I'm in the Woodlands. These people got nice stuff. The Woodlands is different. People that own a house they were renting and renters wish they owned, it's all the same. Look, a lot of people just say, they go, ha, 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 Alex, you're not doing well because you don't have a house. And then once I have a house, what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, you don't have a bigger house. Like, it doesn't matter what I do to certain people because I don't want to say hate because it's, I don't want to say it's insecurity either. I don't even understand these people half the time. I literally don't understand the people that literally go, hey, fuck you, Alex. You suck because you don't have a house. I have a house. I'm like, where the hell do you live? Bro, you live in Brownsville, man. Shut up. Oh, by the way, boy, did you see the absolute ridiculous photos of the Dark Horse in New York City? Shout out to Chris Cervenka, who's trying to do his best to shine this turd. I'm telling you, I love you, Chris. You are doing such a real tough job, because I understand you guys gotta, you know, you're on the Ford train. The front looks okay. I'm sorry. If you don't think that looks like a Camaro, you are smoking crack. And the back looks like Optimus Prime's latest foe in Transformers 38. Dawn of the Gear. I don't know, whatever. This is quite possibly the ugliest rear probably on any Mustang ever. The front, I'm sorry guys, that's a Camaro all freaking day. But I understand he wants to, and a good look, I'm doing it right now. I got eyes on his page. So good for you, but god damn it. When you say, what do you think? And people are like, what the, some people say that looks good. I'm like, okay, for $70,000 or $75,000, a 500 horsepower car that is slower and less accessible on the PCM than a GT350 and literally looks like a Camaro on the front end. Love ya. Again, I'm a Mustang guy. I love Mustangs, but Ford has literally gone off the beaten path, and this thing looks like absolute butt cheeks. And it's just not something that even the Gen 2 was perfect. The Gen 2 was perfect. The Gen 3, a lot of people didn't like the lower slung hood and the different lights. I did. I thought it was a similar shape that was massaged. But the S650, to me, is an S550 that has been such a departure from what you think a Mustang is. And whoever doesn't see a Camaro in that picture, and they're going to go, oh yeah, does it look like the 2024 Camaro? And they show you a picture of a blank screen. I'm like, no, it looks like the 2023. There you go. That rear end is trying to give the WRX competition for the ugliest rear end. The back looks like Stang mode sat on the trunk of the S550. I think the base GT looks better than the Dark Horse. It looks like an LT1. Stang mode thinks it looks good. Of course he does. They want access. Look, eventually most YouTubers that wash Ford's balls are going to have to come to a realization that if you are straight lying to your audience and saying that you like something when you deep in your heart don't like it, it's going to come across as disingenuous. We can tell if you actually genuinely like something or not, depending on how passionately you talk about it. Just like I talk passionately about Coyotes. You guys saw that. Once the Coyote Mustang came out, I was all over it. I love the platform. I love the engine. And I wanted to learn as much as I could about it. Now, do I know everything about it? Fuck no. Like, one thing I do know is that if you pressurize the coolant, it's not the tuner's fault. You know, if you keep adding boost and the coolant pressure keeps going up, that's not the tuner's fault. But anyway, I digress. Let's take out some timing. Like, I love that. But it was enticing and I loved it. Then the Gen 2 came out, and the way Ford basically promoted the Gen 2 was racing. They said EcoBoost 11s. Sorry. Yeah. EcoBoost 12s, GT 11s, supercharged GT 10s. 12, 11, 10s. That's how we were introduced to Gen 2 Mustang. Ford Racing going out there and sending you, saying, hey, we got these packages available on the website. You could order it with the Ford ProCal. You could order a Roush supercharger or a Ford, at that time, Ford Racing supercharger, and run a number. Now, drifting. We talked about it on Sunday, which was probably the best show I've done in a very long time. Drifting has become the main focus of Ford. And the dumbest they're putting out the dumbest. They think it's cool. Like, you could tell that it's like a generational, like, disconnect. Drifting is stupid. Drifting is not racing. And if Ford said, well, let's make a drift stick, and they're with Vaughn Gittin in the car, and again, I really like Vaughn Gittin. I think he's great. What he does is stupid, right? Drifting is not even closely relatable to anything we do with these cars. Do you think I'm going to take my $70,000 Dark Horse and drift it somewhere? You think that's what I'm going to do with my Dark Horse if I buy one? No. I'm going to road race it, do cone bullshit in a Walmart parking lot, or drag race it, or roll race it. I am not going to slide it sideways on purpose. Ford has a massive disconnect. I don't know who their PR team is. Whoever works for Ford and doesn't chime in on meetings, like if you're a fan of mine, right? And you know who you are. I see you on Instagram liking my stuff. Are you in on Ford meetings? Are you in on these focus groups? Are you hearing somebody says, you know what we should do? We should get into drifting. And you go, that's a great idea. You should, when you look at yourself in the mirror when you're brushing your teeth before you go to bed, do you hate yourself? Like, do you literally hate yourself because you didn't chime in, or you actually agreed with these people that drifting is the future of Mustang? Oh my Lord, Ford has lost their way. So I quit them. Imagine the lineup for $60,000 to $70,000. The 350 Mach 1 Dark Horse, 14 GT500 0901. There's only one, maybe two good choices from that bunch, right? So let's say you have a GT350 Mach 1 Dark Horse, 14 GT500 or an 0901, and you got $60,000 to $70,000 to spend. Which one are you doing it in? You could make the case that the GT350 and the 0901 are probably the best of those. Now, the 14 GT500 is no slouch, but the problem with the 14 GT500 out of all of those is that is the only one that has a solid rear axle. So handling goes out the window, right? Handling and daily driving experience or anything in general goes out the window. So at the end of the day, you'd rather have something that has an IRS or something that has the ability to do something special like road race, drag race, roll race, do it all. And that's usually the S550 platform or the C6 stuff, especially the ZR1. The GT500 is fine if you want to go in a straight line. But the moment you try to stop and turn that 14 GT500, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. What does SCT Performance say? I thought I saw SCT Performance here. That's how we handle reviews. I give my honest opinion. It's not always popular. Yeah, okay. And that's, okay, SVT, that's great to know because you're a online magazine or an online forum / magazine. And does Ford give you a car and say, withhold any of your opinions until we review it first? Again, does anybody here that work in the online, let's say media, and you get given a car, do you have to submit your review for their review before you can publish it? Because I don't think Ford would ever allow someone like an SVT Performance, Jalopnik. Well, Jalopnik would probably do it differently. They'd probably get it from a private person, not from Ford, because you're almost obligated to give a positive review of something. Imagine, I get invited to Laguna Seca, and they're now driving the PP2 Gen 3 Mustang. And Ford flies me there, puts me up, and gives me the driving experience. I in the car with a GoPro, I tell them what I think. I tell them everything. I thank them, eat their food, fly back on their dime, and then I go, this car's an absolute piece of shit. No, they won't allow that. They'll say, yeah, could you like fuck off, dude? Like we flew you here. It cost us fucking $3,000 to put you up. And then you go home on your stupid YouTube channel and talk shit on it. I'm like, no, I went home on my YouTube channel and talked truth, my truth on it. So I don't think Ford specifically is going to allow you to review their cars on their dime if they're supplying the vehicle, if it's going to be a negative review. It has to be glowing. It's so stupid. That's why, again, guys, when you watch a online review channel, go to an event held by the manufacturer of that vehicle, you are not going to get you are not going to get a realistic review of that car. You're going to get a, let's say, 80% honest review, and then they'll say, well, things that aren't so great are maybe the front boot and maybe the shifter selector, but I'm telling you, this is a revolutionary vehicle. No, they don't ask for a right to review or approve. Boy, then that is crazy to me. If Ford provides you a vehicle, SCT Performance provides you a vehicle or flies you out to an event and says, be honest. Be honest. Because if I would have gotten the keys to a Mach 1, I would have said, boy, this is a really good looking car. But it is no different than a GT with a GT350 intake manifold and throttle body with a weaker 3160 transmission. But if you're just going to daily drive the thing and never upgrade it, it's a great vehicle and it looks great. It's a specialty vehicle, blah, 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 all bullshit. But they don't want to hear that because that is an honest review. But I don't know. Alex, I want the TurboGuard filters. I'll drop pics on IG, make a YouTube video about it. It says modified by Nick. We'll talk about that. Where are you? Because you're the first one that brought it up. Joining the life. That's what's up, bitcho. Von Gittin said the drift stick sounded like a wonderful idea for a $70,000 car. Look, man. Look. If you like drifting and you think it's awesome and all this stuff, great. I don't think a company that has an affiliated segment of its company dedicated to performance. And okay, that's the problem. See, that's the problem. It's such an ambiguous word, performance. A lowrider performs great when it's hopping up and down and the batteries don't fry. A car with airbags performs great when it's not moving and you're dropping and, raising the car. A car show stance car performs great when it's just driving slowly with a stanced wheel. When I think performance, I think racing. I've never thought of performance as something that is static. I've always thought of performance as something that is moving in a racing sort of fashion. So I think it was a very wise choice of words to change it from Ford Racing to Ford Performance, because the racing aspect are the cars that are not legal on the road, like the body in white, or not body in white, but the GT3 SCCA stuff that they build turnkey. Cool, awesome, great. If I can't drive it on the street, it doesn't matter. And the Ford CEO actually said, should we build a road version of this car? An NA52 at 600 horse? Good luck having that pass emissions anywhere. Stop it. Also interested in the PMS Bellmouth. I'll even provide ticket number to prove I'll have a use for that. Maybe people will stop blowing Ford. They would go back to making cool cars. I want that Lund Racing hat so I can brag about it. That Who Tuned my NA Coyote. Are Ford press vehicles built as in forged motors, better cams, etc.? I know Subaru would do that with their press cars. That's a good question. Pre-production vehicles that perform better than the production vehicles. I wonder if that is a thing that Ford actually put into practice, where they say, here's a car. What do you think? And it's like 600 NA, super hopped up, running on Sunoco 260 GT, 1401 compression, just gets it. And you're like, oh my God, this is the best vehicle I've ever driven. Then you go buy it and it is not what you remember. You're like, wait a minute, I remember this thing would get sideways at 40, 50 miles an hour, man, like legit. And now this thing is super soft. Boy, if they did that, that'd be pretty crappy. Mad Lowriders in Holyoke, says Mini by Madman. Drift stick from the factory is allowed, but not an oil catch can. I mean, they're not emissions related, obviously. It's not an emissions item to pull back on a stick, have it lock up your rear wheels. And I love the drifters, the way they give you feedback. They pull on, they go, is that 100% or 95%? And the guy's like, that's 100%. He goes, yeah, I want it to slide different. You're throwing the car into a turn and yanking on the rear brake and going, Look, I love you. I can't wait to see people using the drift stick on anything and slamming the car into a curb and destroying the rear suspension. It'll happen. Guys, you've seen it. You've seen guys do dumb stuff like that without a drift stick. Now you're going to make them induce a slide easier. Unreal. I like your Deontay Wilder analogy with Ford. Can you remind me of it? Because I don't remember what the hell I said. Because I'm really terrible. Like the stuff I said on Sunday, all of it was funny. I could literally sit here and make 30 clips, but that would take me forever. And I might do it one day. Just go back onto the shorts situation. Hey, yo. But I don't remember half of it. I just say it and it comes naturally. Hey, yo. The Cubans on the hang glider have better production than many billion-dollar companies. Cubans flew here. I repeat, Cubans with no resources. Guys, you don't understand. There is no gasoline in Cuba. There's no meat in Cuba. There are no pens in Cuba. There's nothing in Cuba that the government doesn't give you. If they give you a loaf of bread, it's 40 years old. Cubans somehow made a hang glider. It took off. It flew 80 miles and they landed it. That is like those guys should be hired at Ford. DNA HP hat, gotta rep them. In my experience, the press vehicle have no added performance enhancement. However, they do pay special attention to fit and finish. Watch all that Mustang press cars, BD badge, and dark horses. EPA will crack down on the smoke next. I need a Lund hat for the Cobra videos, LOL. Southern Motorsport Solutions says drifters are used to pulling on sticks, locking their rear end. Plays Birdman. Absolutely.
I like to fuck him in the ass. While
I just played two things at the same time.
I like to fuck him in the ass while he beat up the pussy.
That's Drifter's national anthem. The drift stick takes more ice cars off the road. EPA knows this, and that's what they're doing. Can't wait for the drift accident videos. Ford gives Thang Mode a detuned low compression GT on 87 octane so he can reminisce driving the EcoBeast. Now, okay, so are you willing to? When are we working on the Zero1? Yeah, you said y'all ain't cheap, late model. So once I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm out. Like the only thing I would need from you guys is probably a clutch replacement, and that's the last thing you want to do because it is a nightmare, and you're gonna charge me, rightfully so, by $3,000 by the time it's all said and done because it's a big job. But I can do the blower install myself. I can do some of, and if not most of the remaining tuning myself. If anything, late model, if I'm gonna do any work on the car at your shop, will be a cam and head package. But but it's got to drive decent. That's my problem. I can't have a car that has a choppity cam and have it drive like ass. So I'd rather just leave it alone. I already got a blower coming. Greg Kong has a blower from Rami. Rami sent it to him. I'm going to get a snout ported. I'm going to get the blower ported. I have a throttle body and I have a balancer. Bigger one. Because I want to make less boost. So I got a bigger OD balancer. Those that know. But anyway, I have an Innovators West, I think 14%. I think that's what it is. And I'm looking to make, high 700s on race gas, not pump gas, and be happy. But it needs a clutch and it needs a transmission rebuilt because second gear is grinding. So I avoid it at all costs. Luckily, it makes enough torque that I can launch in second and it's not an issue. The 1-2 shift is sketchy unless I jam it in a gear and don't care if I'm racing someone from a dig, but you don't race no one from a dig here. The more drift sticks Ford makes, the more Whipple cripples we'll have in the chat. Oh my God, Alfredo Diaz went right to the cripple jokes. But that's the nice thing about that here. We don't care. Rears only, 4,000 on the clutch swap. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be good money. But no, look, I'd love to have them work on my car, but I'm not rolling in dough like you think. Like if you think I'm rolling in dough, you got the wrong dude. There's a reason I work on my own vehicles. Late model performance needs to keep the walls away from the couch. I get that 100%. Smaller is better. Exactly. Did you get a ported stock blower 2.3? Yes. So Rami had a blower from his Corvette. He has a ZR1. Rami is literally the sponsor for the ZR1. He is my guy. He goes, I got parts. What do you need? Don't buy nothing. He got me the headers. I got the pulley from Greg, paid for it. I got the, what did I send to him? The Well, the pulley install needed to do some machining, so that he ended up taking care of, and I bought a pulley off of him. So Rami sent him a blower. We're gonna redo the blower, export the whole 9 yards, and then it's got a Lingenfelter snout, so he's gonna port that guy, hog it out. I have a 102 throttle body, and I'm gonna buy one of his cold airs, and it's gonna have the whole, basically, what you need to do, maybe brick or a lid replacement, who knows, whatever he wants to do. I'm kind of at his mercy when it comes to that. But if it makes like 700 on big boy, and I got a smaller pulley from Rami too, I got a 2.3, which I don't think I need because it's going to have belt slip unless I get Kong's tensioner. Anyway, Rami is the plug when it comes to ZR1 stuff. So if I get everything in order and I get it to the dyno with Sunoco 260 GT and it makes 700, 800, I'm done. like I'm done. Then it's just clutch and trans and just ride out for a very long time. Unless a cam and head is going to give me another 100 and something horse. So yeah, what are you going to do? But yeah, like, I appreciate people offering, but look, I don't want favors no more. Like, nothing against late model. Every time someone tries to do me like a favor, it's going to be a problem. Like there's usually someone that wants something. And the problem is when I've allowed anyone to do me favors, they think it's a perpetual, and again, I'm not saying you guys would, they think it's a perpetual thing. Why don't you support us? I'm like, wait a minute. Whoa. What do you want me to do? Like, you said you'd help me. I shouted you out. Now I can't go somewhere else. No, in their mind, I should do everything through them. And I'm like, but I don't want to take advantage of that relationship. It is weird. Chicken Farm says, wait till you drop the fuel tank on the ZR1. I am not doing that, Papa. I'm not doing any of that shit. I am not doing auxiliary pump. I'm not installing myself. Clutch, I'm not doing myself. All I'm doing is the tuning and the blower install, throttle body, just the top stuff. Whenever I got to get under the car, that goes to someone and I'll probably ship it to late model. Kong for the win. Love my LSA export from Greg. And I've noticed I got added to a ZR1 forum. You want to talk about look, GT500 guys are gay. We have established that. But so are ZR1 guys. There's a weird hate towards Greg, and I have worked with Greg. I have a personal relationship with Greg. He's not just some guy that provides parts. I know him. I know all about him. I've had dinner with the dude, okay? I've worked with him when he worked at Lund. He's not a bad guy at all. He doesn't come from a bad place. All he's trying to do is help. But what the weird thing is on those forums is they talk mad shit on, and it's a bunch of nobodies. A bunch of people that don't know nothing. They get their stuff built somewhere else. They just pay. They've never experienced anything else. They're just loyal to one company's lid or this company's lid or this company's port sucks and this company innovated ports and this guy just copies. Boy, shut up. Like, just shut up. Stay in your own lane, because any moment you got to negatively sell on someone, when you got to make your product look good by negatively selling it, the competitor's stuff, you've already lost. You've literally already lost. A centrifugal on a ZR1 is stupid. Absolutely. That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, twin turbos would be badass. ZR1 looks good on the new wheels. Catch a replay in the morning. Jim's been killing me. Good for you, brother. Get that Jim stuff. Yeah, a lot of people said that the Forge Stars, they didn't like the Forge Stars. I'm like, I didn't get the wheels for you. I got the wheels for me. So someone was saying, come on, Alex, it's a ZR1. Why don't you get Billy badass wheels? I'm like, so because it's a ZR1, I have to get $8,000 set of wheels, not $5,000 or $4,000 set of wheels. You are telling me how much I should spend on my car. And they go, well, you make fun of VMSs. VMS owners are poor. That's the only one they can afford. You understand? There's the difference. The difference is I liked the design on the Forge Star wheel. Can I afford Ballax? Can I afford Forge Line? Sure. Can VMS guys afford Ballax? No, VMS guys can't even afford the fronts. They get the rears, and then they leave the stock fronts, and then they take pictures at a gas station looking down. VMSs, like, and then VMS actually is like, yeah, free advertising, bro. I'm like, dude, you don't want this kind of advertising. Like, VMS tagged me on Instagram, like, yeah, thanks for the free advertising, bro. And I'm like, it's not a good thing, but go ahead. Is anyone else getting weird sound playback? Nope. Not over here. I own a vet, says Johnny. Go. They look great. Ignore the haters. And I don't think they're haters. I think people, for a very long time, made fun of the fact that I'm in an apartment. I'm a single guy. I'm a single guy with a dog. You want me to have a 3-2 with a pool so that I can roam around this cavernous house by myself? No, I want badass cars. So I have a GT500. I've had a 19. I got an Escalade. I had an F-150 truck. I had an 8-second Fairmont. I had a low 9-second 15. So there's priorities in life. Now I need the space and I need the tax write-off. So now it's time to get a house because I'm earning a decent amount now, thanks to you guys. So I need the tax write-off. So I need to pay interest on something to take it off my taxable. I did my taxes. Oh my God. My taxes are probably some puro pinche 956's salaries. Damn, sponsors acting like women who have a bad relationship with their father. Chicken Farm says, baha, bro, the toxicity is off the chain there. So, guys, can you clue me in? What's happening on the ZR1 side of things? Why are ZR1 owners fighting? Like GT500 owners, I know why they're fighting. Because they want to, well, it's probably the same thing, right? It's probably the ZR1 owner is the exact same guy. The guy that has the Corvette jacket. The guy that has the New Balances. The guy that puts his horsepower on his hat. The guy that goes to Bowling Green, Kentucky to look at all the Corvettes as if to celebrate the history of Corvette. I wanted a light car that made good power, and it was a V8. And the ZR1 was it. Like, if I didn't buy a ZR1, it was going to be a Factory 5 Cobra or a backdraft Cobra. But I can't, there's no air conditioning in the backdraft Cobra. The ZR1 was a better buy, in my opinion. When you, Mr. Expert, open your pocketbook and give money for parts, then you have a say. Does Lund offer an E85 Tune option when I get IDX 1300s with a Kenny Bell dual BAP without needing fuel rails and a return system? What car? GT500. GT500s can get E85 tuned just on dual BAPs and ID 1300s. The fuel system is adequate for E85, about a 2.4 pulley, but be forewarned, the moment you stuff a cam in it, the moment you do an overdrive. So if you do a 10% NSR cams, 2.4 upper, and E85, you're out of fuel system, papa. 2.4 upper, cold air, twin 65 throttle body, E85 with 1300s, you're good. You're good. But the moment you start flowing more air and tax the fuel system more, cams and an overdrive, I don't want you to be at 850. I don't want you to be at 850 with 10-year-old pumps. Guys, you guys got to understand that. Like, this is a simple math problem. A 2014 GT500 is 10 years old. It came out in model year 2013, late 2013. That's when the last GT500 came out for S197. That is a 10-year-old. But Alex, it's only got 25,000 miles. I don't care how many miles it got. It's a 10-year-old fuel system. There's junk, gook, dirt, Torco. There's a bunch of junk that went through it. So you can't say, well, that's only got 25,000 miles. I can just get away with a couple of BAPs. And no. Be smart. Hell, you got a GT500. Get a fuel system. You're such a Billy badass. When I was young, I had $150,000 in vehicles and lived in a $100,000 house. That makes sense. I'm here for Julian. Who's Julian? It's all the same. Copy, paste, and hate. GT500 guys are fighting over the biggest drift stick. Hey, yo. Gotta love it. Saw that dude trying to get you on IG today with the black NA Mustang. Right. He's like, you've been on my dick for 4 years. I'm like, you've been NA for 4 years? Like, I wasn't NA for 2 years. Like, I remember I got my Mustang in 2011, and I think in 2013 or so, or 14, I got a supercharger from VMP. So, homeboy's still NA, talking all this shit. Randy Savage says, "Who? Hey, best blower setup for Gen 2 Coyote Fox weekend driver. Trying to keep the PBH alternator relocation bracket. Best blower setup for a Gen 2 Coyote Swap Fox weekend daily driver. To keep the PBH alternator relocation bracket. So, the Whipple, the issue with the Whipple is going to be, actually, boy, you're going to have to talk to Jake about that. Because every supercharger has their own distinct front drive kit. You understand? Like Coyote Swap, Whipple, PBH drive kit. Coyote Swap, Edelbrock, PBH drive kit. Coyote Swap, Centrifugal, PBH drive. So I think they're specific to the supercharger. And I hate to be vague, but I think they have so many options that you're going to have to call them and get a more specific, detailed application to be able to utilize your current relocation bracket. Alex, what do you recommend for timing set of GT500s? For timing set for GT500s, if I don't get my trans soon, I'm just going to save up for cams and chains and leave it on the jack stands all year. NSR cams. No spring required NSR cams from L&M, in my opinion, are great. Todd Warren has a really good set of cams for his customers. So I could look into Todd Warren cams through Keith Ray or just through Todd Warren or L&M, because Senior has L&M NSRs and you saw that thing made damn near 1,300 horsepower. 24 is a killer fuel system, but money. But you'll never need a fuel system again. And that's kind of like where I'm at. We're running sales on 4 fuel systems, buy once, cry once. So again, if I take my car to late model, that means I got money. Let's be honest. If my car ever goes to late model, it's going to be cam head fuel system. Clutch, probably. I don't want to take it there for clutch, drive it for a year, then dig it enough. Just do it all at once. But that means I'm going to drop 10 to 15 G's on the car. And rightfully so. Amen. Nobody knows a damn thing on that page. Wow, you got to hit live. Hey, Alec, hit live on your your thing. PBH drive kit for Whipple Edelbrock are the same. Garage Built Coyote, I bought one. Good for you. He knows because he has a Coyote Swap 65 or 66 Mustang. Superchargers next for me, 2.5 years. Guess what I'm walking on? Guess I'm walking on thin ice. You're close. Late model says, I hate that ZR1 page. ZR1 owners are horrible. See, a lot of people wonder why I don't have certain people on pages. Like, LS guys are like, you should have this guy on. And I'm like, you don't understand. I talked to Alec on the phone for like an hour and a half. And I'm like, I could keep talking to this guy. We interviewed him. He did phenomenal on the show. By the way, this Thursday coming up, we're going to have him live. So what I'm going to do is this. Have the chat on slow mode. Have paid chats be a suggestion, not an obligation. So if you paid for a question, I'm sorry, I might not be able to get to you. I'll do my best. But we're going to have him on for an hour just to bullshit a little bit, talk about his business, his setup, his plans for this summer and the race season. By the way, our race season is ending because we're in Florida. So once it gets hot, we don't race. We're done. You guys just started racing up there. We're kind of done at that point. It makes me not aspire to own one. It says late model performance. No, see, this is the nice thing about the ZR1 stuff. You could just ignore them. I luckily got Rami late model. Tom, shout out to Tom who helped me with the tuning. He's a good guy. I don't even think he wants to be mentioned, but I don't care. I think he's given me such a solid, done me such a solid, and I've paid him. He don't want to get paid. I'm like, here's money, and then he does a revision. I say, here's money. It's just so he's done great. I listen to people that know the vehicle intimately. So if I wanted to hop up a GT500 any year, you talk to Lund Racing, you talk to Power by the Hour, you talk to Evo, you talk to D&G, you talk to Evan Smith, is certified, you talk to Danny Jimenez, you talk to people that have done the stuff. And then we got other people, if I forgot, Finish Line. Aldo doesn't mess with GT500s all that much. I think he just mostly does S550 turbo stuff. But if you wanted to build a Billy Badass S197 GT500, you talk to the people that have built them. So Greg has possibly one of the nastiest 8-second ZR1s on the planet. Don't you think I'm going to talk to him? Rami Zaidan has been 100 and almost 90 miles an hour in the half mile with his ZR1. Talk to him. Late model tunes them. Talk to them. I mean, I don't care what the forums say. The forums are full of customers. Understand that, guys. The forums are not full of experts. The forums are full of customers. Customers. They don't know shit. I had a customer today. Shout out to him. He has a fuel system, and I'm not going to name the fuel system, but it is not a 4Innovation fuel system. And he's like, hey, the people I bought the fuel system from said that you have to trigger the fuel pumps hot all the time. I go, why do I have to do that? How do you trigger them? Does the car start? Yep. Then what the hell do I have to do as a tuner? You either trigger 1 hot, second on a Hobbs, or 2 hot always. The hell do I have to do? Oh, and I'm like, oh my God, the manufacturer gave him bad information. So I'm like, dude, stop it. So he listened to me because I said, I only do this every day, thousands of vehicles a year. I kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. So when I got a ZR1, did you think I went to the forums? Did you think I joined any ZR1 forum? Hell no. I talk to the people who build them and go fast in them. I don't get any advice from anybody that hasn't done it. Plain and simple. Cobra owners drink Bud Light. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cobra owners are drinking all that Bud Light. I found out the 9-liter Vipers trap 145, 147. I thought it was lower. Take 25,000 to certified and we'll send your motor off to TKM and get you done right. I'm going to leave that one alone. For sure, you have to talk to people who have truly done this stuff. The problem is you have to sift through hundreds of hacks. The forums are full of Kelly Aikens. Exactly. There are people that still hashtag that dude. Thanks for the suspension advice. And I go, I saw a car that I know for a fact he got suspension advice from that dumb son of a bitch. And all you have to do is look at it. You don't even have to do anything but look at the car. I'm going to show you the car. I guarantee this car has 3-letter car company on it. And all you have to do is look at how it's launching. Sure, works for you, right? Sure, no problem. Cool. Anything. So then you see, cars that really get after it and they don't squat. Like most really fast S550s, and I'm saying really fast S550s don't squat. Like they literally don't squat. Now, you saw no gap between that tire and the fender, right? It was stuffed. It was stuffed up in the shit, right? Like all up in there. So let me do some research here real quick and show you a car launching that doesn't have the wheels stuffed up in its shit. The problem is they post way too much. Let's go on Instagram. Let me see Instagram. They have it. And again, I'm literally talking about experience. And you guys, you could either believe me or not. But I've only been around cars that have been deep sevens and are just straight up getting it. Let me see if I can find a picture of one of these guys launching. Boy, you guys are really bad about actually posting proper photos. Love you. I need a launching photo. It's all street stuff that has nothing to do with Mexico Racing League. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're promoting mostly. Let me see how this guy launches. Right there. Look at that. There is a gap. You see this? It's a 315 tire not stuffed into its asshole. It's a 315 tire not stuffed into its asshole. And somehow it cuts 160 foot. By the way, there is not one red part on that car. So that's the problem. You go to the forums. These people think that they know stuff. It stuffs the tire up in the shit. And then they go, wait a minute. Then when they add more power, it spins. And all you have to do is go to a track and know who's getting help from who. And you're like, I'm not going to go out of my way to go, hey, by the way, your car can launch a lot better. But I don't care. I don't care. I go to the ones that go really fast, get advice from them. They'll get you hooked up. Damn, exactly. There's a few fathers in that trunk. Exactly. Run into Tony Bolton on the forums. Right. Though people like Tony Boltons are in the forums. Guys that have never done shit and put police crash bumpers on the bumper of their S550. Like, stop it. None of the Grey Goose? No, the Grey Goose separates. The Grey Goose has a completely, it's not an IRS. What I was looking for was for IRS because it reminded me about that today. When you said homeboy's name, FKA, I went, oh my Lord, I saw a car with a tire stuffed in the trunk. And I'm like, that's how you're tuning. Cool. Alex, I am Lund tuned on Pumpcast with my Gen 2 with a GT350 manifold and Cook's long tube. I got P301 and P316 codes. I have NGK spark plugs. Should I try new cold packs? W clutch, let me guess. Do you get tuned with an RTD? Yes or no? W clutch, do you get tuned with an RTD? By the way, let's start giving stuff away. All right. Mod Nick. Where's Mod? Is it Mod Nick? Mod Nick or whatever. If you pop up on the chat in the next minute or so, I'll give you the PMS Bellmouth situations. If you don't, then whoever the next guy that claimed them, that guy that said he's in the ticket system, I'll give him to him. Badass MRL, legit as fuck. Building on Admiral Peck's budget with Turvy Dreams. It's leg day every day. What's it say here? It's leg day every day. FKA's Mustangs are always squatting. Did I pin it by mistake? I pinned it. Yes, RTD. So there is no way of doing a crank relearn on HP Tuner software. The P0315 code, the P0316 code, the P0301, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 codes will always be present if you are tuned with an RTD or TDN. Period. HP Tuners does not have the ability to do what an SCT X4 can do. So this is what I suggest you do. You find a friend with an SCT X4 and try a crank relearn that way. You find a friend with a Lund Racing Engage and do a crank relearn that way. You find someone with a Ford IDS tool and do a crank relearn that way. But if any of you are tuned with a RTD via TDN or the RTD device through a laptop, you cannot do a crank relearn. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna say, yo, can't do a crank relearn. Sorry, I'm just a tuner. Sorry. Anytime you flash a new calibration in a car, it's gonna need a crank relearn to relearn the crank of the flywheel mass for proper timing. And sorry. Number 2 guy right here. Yeah, where's the modified by Nick? Modified by Nick gets the Bellmouth PMS because he was the first one that mentioned it. So Bellmouth PMS going to modified by Nick. Do me a favor. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Give me a picture of your license. I don't care. You gotta prove who you are because I'm gonna send that information to Nick, and Nick is gonna send you these kits. He's gonna ask you for what length filter you want. I think it's 3, 4, or 5 inches, or 4, 5, 6 inches hail. So modified by Nick, you get the Bellmouth. Now, let's give away the DNA hat. Who wants a DNA hat? I don't care. First person that puts a 1 in the chat gets a DNA hat. This one right here. Boom. This is large, extra large. First person that puts a 1 in the chat gets a DNA hat. I'm not going to be like super stupid about this. We're just going to give stuff away quickly. DNA hat. We're giving it away. So again, modified by Nick. Get me your email. Red Beard Racing wins the DNA hat. Red Beard Racing. Thank you very much. Red Beard Racing gets the hat. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. I will send your information to DNA High Performance. DNA High Performance will send you a hat. Okay, clamps. Put a for the these are the ultimate header clamps. Again, from collector to H-pipe and that little ball and socket clamp situation. Put a 10 on the chat and you'll get the clamps. Put a 10 on the chat, you'll get the clamps. We're giving away clamps. We already gave away the PMS, gave away the DNA hat. Now we got the clamps. 10 on the chat gets the clamps. I don't care who it is. If it's a paid member or not. Gerardo Lucatero. Email me. ydbtforlife. So we got Gerardo Lucatero. Email me. You get the clamps from Ultimate header, ultimateheader.com. And again, I'm going to give those away again probably next week. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pretty aggressive with these guys, and let's get you stuff given away. I'm going to give away hats every week. I'm going to give away DNA and Lund hats every week. I'm going to see if PMS is willing to give stuff away every week, and Ultimate Header gives stuff away. Even if it's small, even if it's tiniest things, and even if I have to buy a big ticket item. But again, big ticket items, wheels, blowers, headers, big boy stuff that's over $500, it's got to be to the members only. It's got to be to the members only, plain and simple. Okay, now we got the highly coveted Lund racing hat. So it's going to be the black hat that I showed you. I'm not going to tell you the number yet, but it's going to be this hat right here. So Lund racing hat in black. I would highly urge you to get the large, extra large. If you got a tiny, tiny head, you might be able to get away with it. Like if you're puro pinche 956 a la verga, you might be able to get away with it. But what I'm going to do is just put up a number on the chat to make sure that the first person that puts up a 25 on the chat, 25 on the chat, you get a Lund racing hat. Let's go. Let's put a 25 on the chat. Let's go. 25. We already got Redbeard Racing, modified by Nick, Gerardo, and we got Wayne. Oh, damn. You must have real good internet, or you guessed. So Wayne O, do me a favor, and he's a member. I love that. He's a member. Everyone, look, guys, I'm going to be giving away a lot of hats. So, wow, you guys really want the Lund racing hat. Okay, so what we'll do is this. Wayne O, Wayne O, do me a favor. Hit me up at ydbtforlife@gmail.com. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. You'll get a hat. And because so many people wanted a Lund racing hat, that was ridiculous. How is ridiculous. So let's do another Lund racing hat because you guys really liked it. Let's do a number 30. A 30 on the chat gets another Lund racing hat. You guys love that. Let's do a 30 on the chat. Get a second Lund racing hat up there. And then we'll end the giveaways pretty soon because we still have coffees and cookies to give away. 30 JLU 5.0. JLU 5.0. Get me an email. Look at all the 30s. Don't worry, guys. We're going to be giving away a lot of swag. I'm going to make Cheryl Lund order some more because I have a feeling we're going to be giving away a lot of those. So JLU 5.0, send me an email, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Now, cookies and coffee. Cookies and coffee are going to be comments that make me laugh, so it's going to be random, but we already gave away the Belmont PMS. Thank you so much, PMS. We gave away the clamps from Ultimate Header. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. We gave away the DNA hat. DNA, thank you very much for giving away a hat. Lund Racing, that's coming out of my pocket, so thank me for that. 2 hats, one to Wayno, one to JLU 5.0. Now we got cookies and coffee to give away, and we'll get the hell out of here. That'll be mostly comments that make me laugh. I'm too late. Damn, I need to switch from Metro PCS. Exactly. These dudes are super hackers. Go check out the LMP video after the show, guys. Show Alex some love. Did LMP post a new video? Hey, what's going on, guys? You know, I got this 1400 horsepower fucking Cadillac. It's okay. You know, we got a lid and a ice tank in. It runs like fucking 720s, you know, at 185. It's okay. You know, I like his the way he talks is very matter of fact. No, he doesn't have any new videos up. Brother, get them videos up. Wait, you do? Ah, perfect. Check it out, guys. They have a Magnuson 2650.
High side.
Look at this. So Late Model Performance posted a new video 35 minutes ago. A 2650 C7 Z06. That's interesting. Imagine plopping a Kong 2650 or a Magnuson 2650 in this sucker. I'm going to go over and watch the video after the dating channel because I have a bunch of stuff after this. I have a whole nother show to get to. So go over there and check them out, and we're going to give away some cookies and coffee and get the hell out of here. Can you give away some better internet? Tell me what number YDBT is going to say next, bitch. The Dark Horse reminds me of the Baltron. You know what? Joe Swish? Holy crap. You're right. Wait a minute. You're not wrong. Where's Chris Cervenka's post? Holy crap. It looks like Voltron. Look at that. So let me go to my what is it? Facebook? No. My YouTube. Baltron. So can I find? Do I have Baltron here? Let me see if I can find Baltron to make a good. What Baltron? You know what Baltron is? No, man. Do I have Baltron? Shoot. I remember that. What's his name? Oh my God. He said he made a picture of Chris Farley. Oh man, what is this? Damn it. View large icons. Where's Baltron? Boy, he said the back of the Dark Horse looks like Baltron, and he's 100% on the money. Maybe I can go to my Twitter and show you that it does kind of look like Baltron. You're not kidding. I'm blown away that comparison just eluded me. But yeah, look at the back of the Dark Horse. It does look, if it was like red, it does look like you could put Chris Farley's face right here, or Jim Farley's face right here. And looks just like Baltron. And the Baltron logo is the logo on my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, that is the logo. You know, you don't have to email it. No good. Email sent. Thank you very much. You got it. Guys, be patient with me. I'm going to try to get all this taken care of tonight or tomorrow morning before my workday starts. So I have about 10 things to give away. So it's going to be a fun thing. Alex, why do you guys no longer tune with the SCTX4? You know what, Jam? That is a very good question. And you know what? I can't answer it. I simply cannot answer that question. There is an answer. There's a very clear answer, but I can't tell you the answer. And one day, it will absolutely come to light why we currently cannot tune with SCT X4. Turviate. Oh, my Lord. He actually woke up and got out of bed. Unreal. I wonder if Alex could muster up some offensive slurs with a frozen Go-Gurt in his hands and do it on a Sunday show. I don't know why that's the first thing that I thought when I wake up. We are all dumber for reading that. Unreal. He said he emailed this, so let me go to Gmail and look at Baltron. Baltron, I'm telling you, Bryson Witt's Baltron picture made me laugh so hard because it was so crudely made, but it was so funny. Oh, look, everyone emailed me. Thank you guys so much. Oh, you guys are great. So yeah, this is Baltron. Okay. And if you look at it closely, it kind of looks like this. Oh, bro. Hey, can someone like Photoshop his head here or something? I mean, dude, the wings, it does look very angular. Oh, bro. It's the resemblance is striking. Unbelievable. Yeah, Turviate with the dumbest comment I've ever heard. Polteron says, Alex, so I got a guy buying a 24 Mustang Performance Pack 6-speed. I have a 2020 GT base model 6-speed. He's saying he'll get me. What do you think? Stock for stock? Maybe, because it makes a little bit more power, but I don't know what the power output of a 2024 is yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Thank you, JLU, for emailing. Matt Angerman says, Turvy drinks, man, go-gur. Jay Walker, I think the only dark horse can beat is the 2023 M2 at is looks, and that's not saying much. Turvy said go-gurt. It was funny though. Turviate says it was funny that he wants me to say slurs while eating go-gurt. Could you imagine what's going on in that brain right now? Could you imagine what he's thinking about? My Lord. The dark horse looks like Let's Go Chicks aborted fetus. My God, he actually went there with the aborted fetus stuff. Where is aborted fetus? Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's go. I mean, the abortion song needs to be the intro to the show all the time. There's another one that's called like Pound Town. Pound Town. Pound Town is probably the worst rap song I've ever heard in my life.
Real reality television has brought to
Let's
you.
go.
See your boyfriend walk
Oh my God. Why would the intro?
hard and we
What?
to go.
Oh my God. You know, I love women's equality. You know, this just screams independent. Wow. Pound Town. What the hell is going on with people? Pound Town. Suck my toes. Oh, wow. Email sent. Thanks. He is broken. He's got Goga brain. W Clutch says, I appreciate the help of my code, Alex. They popped up after the Dead Rat X4 to do a crank wheeler, and I'll try it again. Gotcha. Imagine doing Powerpuff Girls with Voltron head on them and sticker slap. Wow. Dude, something's wrong with Truviat. Are you okay? All right. Yeah, I mean, imagine if Derek Barron actually had a song that competes with Pound Town. Derek Barron, he said he don't fuck for free, right? Didn't Derek Barron say he don't fuck for free? All right, let's give away these cookies and coffee. Let's get the hell out of here. Turvey wants to slurp your Go-Gurt, Alex. Well, this stream just got demonetized. No, I'll just delete it. I'll mute it. Hey, I'm simply playing art from a African-American woman. How dare YouTube demonetize her? How dare you when I'm trying to promote inclusivity? Derek Barron has a collab coming up. Midget Talk says, the video on this music makes me feel bad. Plain and simple. I just feel bad now. I love people, but some of this music is atrocious. N-word flying. Turvey's on the chat. Somebody's waffles are burning. Yeah, right. Seriously, Turvey, stop it. Oh, wait, actually, who did that? Turvey's on the chat. The waffles are burning. Hey, RoboStyle, you want cookies or coffee? He said waffles are burning. Seriously, Turvey, you have to stop. So, again, RoboStyle, do you want cookies or coffee? EPA, I haven't seen him on the chat. And I haven't seen Homegirl on the chat. So, who knows if they're even on the chat. But if they are, RoboStyle, let me know what you want. If it's cookies or coffee, so that I know what to give away finally. And then we can have Oh My God Cookies at Oh My God Cookies _LLC on Instagram. Send you some cookies. Pound town. Pound town. Can I have coffee? I have to go to work early, unlike Turvey. W Clutch, didn't you just win something? Didn't you just win something? Modnick, Gerardo, Wayne. Didn't you just win? I thought you won something recently. I could have sworn I want a very culture-rich show today. Thank you, Chicken Farm. Hey, you want a coffee? Chicken Farm or cookies? Because Homeboy hasn't told me what he wants yet. If Melissa's here. Okay, Melissa's here. And we got to make sure Homeboy gets me RoboStyle. Tell me what you want, and then we'll give Chicken Farm LSX something else, and we'll be done here. Come on, RoboStyle, hurry up. Let's go. Say what you want, cookies or coffee. Let's go. So I can give Chicken Farm LSX something also, and then we'll be done. W Clutch says, no, I never want. I'll get you next time, brother. Don't worry. I'll get you next time. Relax. We're going to be doing a lot of giveaways, but I just want to give away the coffees and cookies and be done with the giveaways and then end the show 5 minutes. And then we'll, cause Tuesday shows seem to become like 30-minute giveaways, but the best shows are usually Sunday shows, like by far. Bro, nobody, okay, forget it. Robo, you didn't say nothing. Okay, Chicken Farm, you get the coffee. Chicken Farm LSX. Go to Oh My God Cookies _LLC. It has a little cookie logo on Instagram. Say, hey, I'm Chicken Farm LSX, aka the owner of Gray Matter. So I would like to get the coffee. And if Robo Homeboy doesn't see shit, I'm gonna give W Clutch the cookies. Where's Robo Homo? Here we go. Robo Chicken Farm Stock Bottom and LSX. Alfredo Diaz, give him some time. Robo running to the waffle grill. Robo, where are you? Robo, hurry up. If you don't give me some kind of answer in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to give the W Clutch the cookies. So, Robo, I'm going to count from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, W Clutch, you get cookies. W Clutch, Oh My God Cookies _LLC. W Clutch, Oh My God Cookies _LLC. You get the cookies. So, W Clutch, go to Oh My God Cookies _LLC, ohmygodcookies.com, and Chicken Farm LSX, go there and get your coffee. We're good. Sorry, he didn't reply. Robo didn't reply. Sorry, I got to get the show on the road. I got too much stuff to mess around. And again, guys, there's whatever likes you're seeing the incorrect likes. If you look at my screen, we got 263 likes and $30 whole. I gave away probably $400 worth of shit today. But that's okay. I'm not here for the money. I'm here. Look, I would rather you become a member. And let's be honest, guys. That's the best way to support this channel. I understand that the super chats and super thanks, because you could do super thanks on a comment after the video uploads. But let's be honest, the quickest way and the best way to support the channel is simply memberships. It's a recurring. Joe Swish says, "Damn it, oh well." The recurring payment allows me to, and let's be honest, it's money that YouTube takes some of, because if I have 700 members, YouTube takes like 30% or something like that. So the memberships are as little as $5 a month and as much as 15. And it's literally cheaper than seeing me 4 or 5 times a month and paying for super chats during that time. Not that you pay for super chats, but the memberships go a lot further than the super chats by far. It's a monthly nut I can count on every time. Eventually, I'd love to get this off of YouTube, but that's going to require like an insane amount of investment to, let's say, have a membership structure elsewhere that I keep 100% of the money, and actually I can keep it and have a tighter audience. But at the end of the day, YouTube is doing me a great service as to reach out to people that I normally wouldn't be able to reach out to with their platform. So it all works out nicely. But what I do in return is try to give as much stuff away with the sponsors that help. Well, Lund Tune with SCT software. Again, no, not currently. I can't get into why not. I would love to get into why not. I would love, guys, you have no idea how much I want to talk about this particular subject matter, but it really throws a wrench into stuff. So I got to be good about it. Patreon, it doesn't work as good, Jay Walker, because the people want everything in one stop. And Patreon and YouTube are not really mutually, like they don't really have much to do with each other. A lot of people use Patreon, but then you have to fill that with content. And I can't do that. I have to do it all in one place. And it's going to be here, literally here. I can't, I'm one guy. So I don't have a huge structure behind me, because the people that make really good money on Patreon are people like Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson has a massive Patreon following, but he has a team of people that manage that stuff. And I don't have that. It's just me. So if YouTube has to take 30% of it for me to get some of it, cool. And if eventually I can merge everything onto something else and tell you guys, hey guys, ditch the YouTube memberships and let's get over to Patreon, I would love if that could happen someday, but I don't have any of that stuff set up. I just found out Don't My God Cookies has crumbs to earn. Correct. You can earn points basically and fill up your cookie jar, and eventually you're able, like a what do you call that program? Like a what do you call a program? Like a membership program for them, so that you can accumulate points based on the orders, and then you're eligible to get free stuff. Nightmare, damn it. Then try Kick. You can broadcast YouTube as well. It's essentially Twitch clone. You can keep 95%. No, not doing that either. Rumble sucks. I have to say, SCTX4 is pretty nice compared to my RTD. Makes me wish I had an N-Gage for tuning. I'm telling you guys, when it comes to user interface, it's N-Gage, SCT, HP tuners. But we don't support SCT stuff currently. And HP tuners really, I love you. I love you. I love you. We love you. You got to fix it. You got to fix it. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you got to index. I don't care what you got, because, okay, 2019, guys, I could hop on the computer, have 120 tickets open, and 40 or 50 of them are brand new orders. By noon, I was caught up and the list was at zero. Okay? That's 120 people, whether it be shops, questions, revisions. Right now, if I wake up with 40 tickets, it takes me till 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. to get caught up. The only difference is software. How I have to build and export a tune. So they got to fix it. They just have to fix it, man. I'm sorry. This is a production atmosphere, and we're the only, I think, tuner, period, that has this much volume and needs a fast software, easy export solution, not 17 windows open and try to export a tune that way. And then once you export the tune and the customer flashes it onto his car, he gets a P0315 code on his brand new Mustang that has a supercharger on it. And what's the fix? Take it to Ford and have an IDS do a crank relearn? Use an X4 to do a crank relearn? That sounds embarrassing to me as a guy that sells the product. I go, oh yeah, you got HP Tuners RTD? Yep. Go do a SCT X4 crank relearn. They're gonna look at me and go, what? I go, yeah, bro, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. So I wish I could say more and do more, but I can't. We all host our own stuff with our own membership. Cobbling your own system together is a major pain in the ass. 30% to YouTube might be a bargain. Exactly. A lot of people say, well, you shouldn't be giving YouTube anything. Guys, they provide everything. The interface, the storage solution, the fast streaming, everything is provided by them. 30% is a bargain. All right, guys, we gave away clamps. Thank you. Ultimate Header. Lund Racing hat, 2 of them. Thank me because I'm paying for them. And thank you, Lund Racing. DNA hat. Thank you, DNAhatperformance.com. 100 off of 1,000. Cookies and coffee, don'tmyguycookies.com, don'tmyguycookies_LLC. Bellmouth filters from PMS, Nick James. Hashtag YDBT at checkout, 10% off for extra stuff. So that goes to Mod Nick. Congrats to Mod Nick. Red Beard Racing, Wayno, JLU 5.0, and Gerardo Lucatero. And the 2 cookie winners, W Clutch and Chicken Farm LSX. Congratulations for everyone that won something today. Guys, don't worry. More giveaways are coming. I want to try to give away as much stuff as possible so that you guys feel appreciated and at least you have a little bit of something to look forward to on this chat by just hanging out with me and talking some shit on a Tuesday night. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Go to Late Model Performance, check out their video, and right now, live, I'm going to make live a Cadillac update video while I am on that dating channel. I'm going to make a video live so you guys can go there and watch a 1-month update of owning the Cadillac. Just me vlogging, nothing crazy, just to have some filler content for you guys to watch and see how life has been owning the Cadillac as a daily driver. And in about 15 minutes, I'll be on that dating channel. A very, very busy Tuesday. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see the rest of you on Thursday with Alec Bledsoe at 8 o'clock live. We're going to try to do everything live. And again, the super chats are probably not going to all be answered. So just be patient with me while I get that done. All right, guys. See you guys on the dating channel and stay tuned for a brand new video right now on this channel. 1-month ownership update of the Escalade. See you later, guys.